Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 35 of Direwolf20's OmniFactory Let's Play series. Today I'm just finishing up real quick. Nice little setup I did between episodes here. I did a canola system, right? So if I request this crafting of canola, it's going to do that. It's going to make the canola seeds pretty standard Actual Additions laser setup, right? You know, we've got the dropper, we've got the interface, we've got the pressure plate, turning on the laser, right? All that good stuff. And then the vacuum chest filtered to what's allowed to be picked up. The reason I want to set that up is because last episode we got this guy going, right? So he's got canola oil, he's got crystallized oil, and he's just waiting for more ethanol, right? Ultimately, we're waiting for more sugarcane. But that's okay. We should be actually pretty good. I'm curious to see how we're doing with regards to biofuel. I'm thinking we're going to have a lot of it. Yeah, see, we've already got 180 buckets of biodiesel, which is pretty cool. That is awesome. I think what we're going to do today is work a little bit on the generator for biofuel, right? So between episodes, you can see I was making a few things, right? Fluid extractor, autoclave, pulsating crystals, so I could get that vacuum dude. I had some kind of autoclave somewhere with fluid extractor, but I decided to make a new set so that I could make a few things that don't require water, right? Typically, the autoclave we have has a bunch of water in it. This way, we have another one set up for when we want to craft stuff like the pulsating crystal that I needed for that vacuum chest. Cool. So let's take a look at the diesel generator, right? So we wanted to make a turbo diesel generator. That's going to mean an HV machine hull, a couple stainless steel gears. Do we have those yet? I think we should teach it. Stainless steel gear. That'll be the extruder with the large gear sign, right? Yeah, that's what we want, but we don't need this dude. And you should be cool. Now, which one of these dudes has the large gear? I think it's this one, yes. Okay. Nice. So we can get a couple gears, 2 of them to be exact. An HV machine casing. And then we needed 2 pistons and 2 motors. We're short on copper again? I thought I did something about that. Did I do something about that? Maybe I burned out of copper already. I threw some tin in here. Oh, you know what I did do? I remember what I did. Let's go check on it, actually. Boop, boop. I did throw a miner down here. Let's see. Where am I in relation to? This is where I want to be. So I basically found the central point of where all my copper was, and stuck this dude right here. So how are you doing? You're mining at Y level 11 right now, so you might have actually done a pretty good job of clearing up a bunch of stuff. Look at that, copper ore for days, calprotite ore for days. I like it. So I'll let this thing fill up so that he can, yeah, look at that. See, it cleared out all the iron vein that was under the ground there. Nice. Pretty cool. I just kind of roughly centered it on top of that existing iron mine that I had, or not iron, copper, right? So that's what's up. I don't think you're gonna need that much more power. Cool. All right, let's turn you on for a minute, right? Yeah, you could do that. Auto collect enabled. I don't want stuff to fall though. I'm just gonna get all this stuff. At the very least, the calprotite. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's good enough. We'll let that thing finish, and then we should have a decent amount of iron or copper available to us. Yay! A Blizz, huh? What are you doing down here, buddy? What's up, skeleton? Well, I'm just noticing that I don't exactly have a lot of health. Come on, we can make it! Woot! It occurs to me that my armor is pretty broken and I should probably do something about that. Whew. Close one there. I was paying attention. What I'm going to do is throw all my copper in there. It's probably not worth it, like I said, usually to pulverize your ores, right? We get so much of it. But I could probably do this and then shift-click U, and that'll just put a bunch of copper and iron and calprotite. So that thing's going to process for a little bit. It'll probably take a while to clear everything out, but it's all good. We got lots of stuff, right? So that's cool. All right, so we should be good to make an HVCEU that converts EU to forge energy. Cool. And we should also be good to make our turbo diesel generator, provided that we had a gold cable, which shouldn't be too bad to ask for. Presumably. It should be a quick craft. Come on, bro. Let's go. Do the gold cable thing. You actually should probably be pretty close to done right now. Oh, there you are. You're doing the thing. Cool. All right. So let's go try throwing this. You know what else I'm going to want is an export bus for fluids. So I think I might need to teach that pattern real quick. Export bus fluids. There you are. Sweet. And then do we have enough cables that we can be cool? Yes, we do. Nice. All right. So what I'm thinking is you're pretty low on power right now, right? So this is actually a perfect time to test this out. What I'd like to set up, and we're just going to stick it back here for now, right? But we'll run our conduiting over here. Okay. And we'll want to be a little bit smart about this, but I think we should be fine to do what I want to do. Yeah, we'll just run it across the back here, right? So you're doing that. We're going to get our turbo diesel generator. I'm not entirely sure how I want this to be laid out because I have to figure out how it works and all that, but I think what we're probably going to want is you here. Now you're going to output 4x, or you're going to output HV energy, right? So we're going to totally need a 4x vibrant alloy cable to be able to... That's the CEU, hold on. Right. That's that. And then the CEU goes here. And then the vibrant alloy goes here, and we disconnect that, right? So at this moment, we're getting right around plus 1,000. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get us a bucket of biodiesel. I'm just hoping that the generator only needs a bucket of biodiesel and nothing else, but we'll find out. That's what it looks like. Cool. So that's a decent amount of RF boost. That's like a couple thousand, right? That ain't bad at all, dude. And we can even throw batteries in there if we want. So it's like 3,500. It burns through that stuff pretty quickly, too, which is kind of nice, right? And then it's going to slow down, right, as soon as that fuel's gone. So like 2,000 RF a tick is roughly what we're getting there. Pretty dead on 2,000 RF a tick per turbo diesel generator. That's not bad. Each one of these is making 1,200 RF a tick. So this is almost twice as powerful RF a tick wise as that, right? So now we just need our export bus. I thought you were making an export bus. Scheduled, scheduled, scheduled. Oh. Part of the problem with using your auto crafting system to smelt your ores. Export bus is now in progress. Come on, export bus. Pretty sure I requested one of you, didn't I? Yeah, there you are. So let's throw the ME fluid export bus right there. Boop. Okay, and into you will go the bucket of biodiesel, which we are going to get right now. So that's not bad at all. That's extremely easy to expand upon, right? So now you're cooking biodiesel, and you're inserting more fluid than you're using, which is always nice. Go ahead and have an extra bucket's worth. And that's pretty groovy. All right. And we could always throw batteries in here too, which might not be too bad of an idea. Did I teach you batteries? I did. Can I have 2 large battery holes? It looks like I can. That needs 18, right? I could probably have 4. If I really wanted to go crazy. I didn't teach it battery alloys, but I did teach it battery alloy plates. So if I want more than 4, I'm going to have to, you know, do a little bit more effort. But that's cool. I like that. That diesel generator is actually really nice. When I first looked at it, I wasn't sure if I was going to like how much power it produced. I was like, doesn't look that good. But the numbers on JEI, I think only show you like the LV tier, right? So we definitely burn a lot more. And we could also be doing stuff with oil, by the way. Like this can also burn some of that oil stuff that we worked on last episode. But this is fully automated because it grows from plants, right? So we basically just need, you know, sugar cane. So the real question now is, are we producing more diesel than we're burning up? Probably not. We're going to want to keep an eye on that. But also don't forget that I assume that once this thing fills up its backlog of power, we should be in much better shape, right? Now, I'm also going to go ahead and assume that because things are crafting right now, we are totally using up a bit of power, but that's fine. So once this thing's full buffer, I want to see what happens with this dude. But yeah, let's keep an eye on this. So right now we're at 182-ish buckets of biodiesel. Not bad. We'll see. It doesn't look like we're burning through it that quickly. And remember, we get 6 buckets per craft downstairs. So we're going to want to keep an eye on this, but I think we're actually doing okay. I think. All right, cool. Let's come back in a few minutes once we've let things settle and let this thing fill up, and I want to make sure that this thing stops burning and a few other things. Cool? So it's actually interesting. It looks like we're pretty darn close to breaking even, or maybe even making a little bit more biodiesel right now than we're using. For just one generator, mind you, right? But check it out, right? We're still at 182. It's been like 5 minutes, right? So we're pretty close to breaking even. It looks like we're losing some, but we're about to get 6 more buckets of it, right? So we're doing good. And that's when we're burning the diesel fuel, right? Like once this thing is done burning, we should be fine. All right, guys, I'm trying to mess around a little bit here to make it such that this guy doesn't run unless this guy drops below a certain percentage. So I think I should be able to pull that off, right? Capacitor bank storage, machine buffers. Cool. I guess that area, okay, cool. So emit when storage less than 75 and stop when greater than 90. Cool. And then your north direction will be input on color red. And your west direction for energy will only be extracting when you're receiving a red signal color. Cool. All right, so then we have to get you to be low. Can I make like a bunch of stainless maybe? Yeah, let's do that. And you know what I'm gonna do is I put batteries in here, I'm gonna take them out for a sec. Cool. And I'm also going to disconnect. Well, hi, hi, hi. Cool. So that should cause you to be losing power, right? And then when you get below 75%, right, as indicated here, so, you know, below, you know, whatever percentage, right, you should start emitting a redstone signal. And that should allow energy to be extracted from here, which will let this start running again. Because basically I want this to kick in after our capacitor bank gets low enough. Otherwise, we're going to be like using a little bit of diesel, and that doesn't sound like a fun time for me. Cool. So look, it just kicked in. You can tell because of the net gain of power going on, and you are out of energy, and you are nice. Perfect. Perfect. I like it. Cool. Now let's go upstairs. Let's stop you from running for a sec. And what I'm going to do is cancel that craft so that AE doesn't get confused. Like, what are you doing, Direwolf? Right? And I'm going to tell you to be ignored. Ignored. Ignored again. And that means you guys should be getting large amounts of power. Nice. Cool. And I could even throw you guys in there again. Cool. That might give it an even bigger boost, because I'm suspecting you would output around 8,000-ish, because I think that's the limit as to what that can do. So that's going to real quick fill back up, right? And once we get this guy back to a decent level, we should see this thing turn off his redstone signal. This guy will stop outputting energy. In fact, I'm just going to stop that right there, right? And then this guy will stop using fuel. And then I can rehook this conduit back up so he'll stay stopped. It's funny, it animates whether or not it's actually running, so I needed to disconnect the cable to see if things would work. So at 22.5 is when we should see that thing drop its power generation. There it goes. See? Because we just kicked this thing off, he stopped, and we're no longer using fuel. See, 11,968. So that's perfect. Beautiful. And we can expand that a little bit, right? Like we can, this is clearly just kind of like a little bit of a work in progress, but the basic principles are there, right? And now you're going to start filling back up with diesel because I hooked you back in. He's running right now because he has to fill his batteries back up. See? So his batteries are going to fill back up here. So these batteries will always be kept full. So this thing will keep running until the batteries are full, but he won't emit from the HVCEU until he really needs power. Nice. I like that. I like it a lot, actually. That is really super cool. All right. So now let's look at quests, right? Because one of the next things we're going to want to look at, yeah, I did make 16K item storage, but not for item storage. I made a 16K crafting CPU over there because we've actually been making some stuff that uses and requires that amount of thing. So yeah, good times. And then the only thing that's in here, this is constantly like a, hey, you completed the quest reload thing. I think we should look at Rocketry. I think it's about time to plan to go to the moon. Because I started looking at our mid-game chapters, right? And the HV assembly machine, I think is what we're going to need to get into some EV-related stuff, right? And EV-related stuff, so all this requires EV machine holes, needs titanium, and large amounts of it. And while we've got a teensy little bit of titanium going on with the clever trickery that we did, it's actually a hefty amount of resources to actually get the amount of titanium we need right now. So, are you done, by the way? Did you do all the things I would want you to do? You kind of did. So you guys can go away. I don't know what grossular dust is going to do for me, but we'll figure it out. And then impure, you guys can be sifted, by the way, because that's how we get gallium, remember? We'll let these guys do all their sifting and whatnot. Grossular dust, huh? I don't know what that does. Anything in particular? It electrolyzes into silicon, aluminum, and calcium at a decent rate of 20-ish. And that's about it. Okay, so that's about all you can do. You know what? I could use that. So let's do that. You've got silicon dioxide dust here, or what's your deal, buddy? Are you full of oxygen again? You are full of oxygen again. I should handle that. I should have a trash can up here. I mean, or an import bus. Like an ME import bus. But, I'm not too worried about it. Let's focus on Rocketry for now. We'll handle the grossular dust sieving stuff there in a minute. So in order to get to Rocketry, right, because I think we want to go to the moon, get access to titanium. We can bring our miner up there, right, chunk load the thing. I don't know what we got by way of teleporters, right? Usually when I do advanced rocketry, I bring teleporters from RF Tools. We do have the Ender IO teleporter. There's a telepad from Ender IO, which doesn't look too bad to make, right? Vibrant alloy plate, pulsating crystal, dark steel, standard recipe for that. Doable? And I think we need a 3x3 of it though, right? 3x1x3. Yeah, so we need a lot of these, but it allows you to teleport entities to a specific position and dimension. Cool. I wonder if there's a teleport home object that I can get. I forget. I'm not sure if there's anything that would allow me to like teleport back home, like an item right? Like the RF Tools teleporter, right? I kind of should research that a little bit before we go too crazy, because I want to be safe. If we're going to the moon, I don't want to get stranded there, right? That's basically what it comes down to. Like, let's not get stranded on the moon. So I want to do a little bit of research into the pack here and figure out what we will need to go to the moon, and then we'll be right back. All right, so it looks like Rod of Return is a thing I can get, except there's one little problem with the Rod of Return. It requires an Ender Crystal, which needs a Soul Binder, which needs Tungsten Steel, which we'll have to figure out. And then in addition to that, it's going to need some Dew of the Void, which is a VAT recipe, Grains of Vibrancy, and Grains of Pesiality. Not terrible. I think I can make most of those things. And Resonant Ender. Not terrible at all. All right, that's doable. But not yet. But there is the telepad. So what we'll do is there's a few things we can try, right? But let's get started and get ready to go to the moon. So one thing I'd like to do, before we mess around with too much stuff, is get better armor. Because I just went exploring and did not have a good time. So I'm like, you know what? It's probably armor time. Now, to be fair, we're about to make a spacesuit. So there's that, right? Like, that's a thing for sure. But still, it's not a bad idea to have a little bit of armor. So we'll just pop this dude in the corner over here along with our other miscellaneous stuff, right? So I just made some of these dudes. Nice. Hooray! Armor. Yeah, that's what's up. Now I can bump these guys up, right? So basic RF capacitor. I wonder how much of these things I have programmed in here. I mean, I have one Octadic, clearly. But I don't think we've taught it how to make the other ones. I should probably at least teach you the capacitors, right? Because they're actually pretty standard and easy to make. I think SMD capacitor is probably the route to go for this, right? I believe that's an accurate statement. So let's do the thing. So you, and then you, and then you. Cool. So at least we can get a few more things going. Do we have another interface? I am rapidly running out of auto crafting slots. So it's a thing that I'm gonna have to deal with, but that is the last of the interfaces that's gonna go on that assembler. And that should be cool. So I'm gonna want 3 of you and 3 of you. That shouldn't be too bad. Neat. And we might wind up, you know what, I'm gonna wait for those 3 sets of things to craft, and then we will get 3 of these dudes. Does that sound fair? Because if I ask for them now, we'll be in trouble because it'll use the ones that I've got. So let me get 2 more of you. You're missing glowstone. Okay, cool. I can work with that. I can work with that. Not a problem. All kind of moonish prep stuff. Kinda. And we can get some of our matter here. So we should... I thought I would have had more of that, but no, I guess it makes sense that we don't have that much. Maybe I'll do it. I think we could. Yeah, it's all good. You know what I would love to do is get a experience obelisk. How hard would that be? How hard would an experience obelisk be? Experience rod needs a vibrant crystal and 2. I mean, that's doable. Let's get another emerald. Let's get a vibrant. Let's get 2 vibrants for that matter, because one of them has to be lathed. I think that obelisk would be a good idea. All right, now we'll quickly create a soul ingot. Where's the macerator recipes that we have? Are we getting full on macerators? Not too bad. And then the alloy smeltery will also do soul machine. Cool. So why don't you make one of those dudes for me? Thank you. And then 2 vibrant alloy ingots. Or no, 2 energetics. And 2 more soul. This way we can store our experience a little bit more intelligently and then not waste it by, using 4 levels when we have 30 levels rather than when we have 4, right? Like that's a huge amount of experience difference, right? And I think we've got some empty tanks here, which should work out pretty well for us. So how are we doing? Not bad, dudes. Not bad. Sweet. Crafting our Soul Machine chassis. They're actually not terrible to make. It almost feels like they're easier to make than they have been in the past, which is cool, right? So that makes that makes that, and you are good. Nice. That's actually really useful. And I shouldn't need my Mega Torch anymore, right? I wouldn't think so. But just in case we do, let's put him outside. Haha. Cool. Then we can store all our experience. You know, we can eat a bunch of this stuff, right? And store it all nonetheless. Cool. And I think that's a pretty good approach. Yeah, I like that. All right, so now we just take 8 levels and apply our enchantment, right? So that plus 1 of you. Boom. I'll be back in a minute once I do this a bunch of times. And remember, I found Darksteel boots. I thought you were already empowered too. Oh, right, I need 16 levels. I forgot to grab them. Somewhere when I was exploring, right? So, empowered 2. You're right. Oh, okay, cool. I need a double layer capacitor. Shouldn't be too hard to make. I guess I was incorrect about the amount of stuff that I needed. Oh well. So that's cool. Nice and easy to fix. So the boots need to be doubled, and then 16. Sweet. All right. So now I can put Potion of Swiftness to get some run speed boosts. This thing has a bunch of stuff I can get. Nature's Eye. There's also Inventory, which apparently is a thing. I would love to get the run speed boost. Like, that absolutely is something I would love to have. That would be super cool. I'm just debating where I want to throw this dude. I like having a higher jump already. That's super nice. Right? So I've already got jump 1, which is cool, right? Inventory 3 increases the size of the player's inventory. Set the hotkey to open it in the in-game options. Let's check it out at least, right? Category Ender IO. Okay. Open and close inventory. Open and close armor inventory for Darksteel armor is I. Oh, would you look at that? That's actually a lot of inventory slots. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. That's pretty cool. Alright, so you're draining a bunch of RF, which is fine. We'll let that happen, right? How am I on diesel now that we've been running here for a little bit? Oh yeah, 307 buckets, that's what's up. That's what's up. Alright, so we've got powered up armor. I'll probably look into making some potions of swiftness. I wonder if there's like a sneaky, tricky way to make potions of swiftness. No, pretty standard. Though I can make it in a cauldron. That's cool. That's neat. Cauldron, huh? Pretty standard cauldron. From more cauldrons. Awkward potion, netherwort. Do we have netherwort yet? I feel like... we've got a little bit of netherwort. Not a lot, but we could probably grow some more if we wanted to. Right? Just so we could get, like, run speed boosts? That would be super cool. That would be super cool. Does appetite work on this, you think? Like fertilizer? Nope. I was hoping it might. Pretty sure bone meal doesn't, right? Yeah, I'm almost certain it doesn't. How about watering can? Yeah, that seems to work pretty well. Alright, back in a few. Alright, got myself a Cobblestone Cauldron, so I'm just kind of curious as to how this thing works, because I've not played with it before. So 3 bottles are in there, right? So we're going to want bottles. Please. Right? Now, if we want to get speed on this guy, we need a Potion of Swiftness plus 4 levels, right? So I'm assuming what we need is a little bit of sugar, right? So we do that, or drop it in there. Awkward potion. Needs cauldron must be placed on top of fire. Aha. Okay. Netherrack. And a flint and steel. Which I assumed I would have had. Maybe not. Make me a quick steel, would you? Shouldn't take that long to craft, right, buddy? That's cool. Okay. So do you start bubbling or something? Is that what I'm going to see? Let's see. Well, I wanted to try, but I couldn't get it to work. So, nuts to the cauldron. I even tried another one. Neither cauldron worked for me. Oh well. In fact, why don't we take those cauldrons and not clog up our AE system, our beautiful AE system that doesn't have all that much space in it yet. And we're just using a standard brewing stand, right? Simple, easy peasy. Cool. So we'll make some speed potions and then we'll be good. All right, cooking it up. Speed 3. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. Yeah, that's what's up. Nice. Nice. All right. Dude, I love getting around the base a little bit quicker. Now, granted, we are going to have to wear a spacesuit when we go to space, but this is still a nice thing to have. Oh, also step assist. That's what's up. 100% that's what's up. All right. Liking it, liking it, liking it. All right, so now, let's see. All right, here's the plan. We're going to wrap up the episode here, and between episodes, I'll do a little prep work, like fuel loading station and the linker, and maybe even start looking into whatever black steel dust is. That is something we're going to have to make at some point. We can centrifuge it from red steel dust or blue steel dust, or we can mix this stuff. All right, that doesn't look black bronze dust. Doesn't look so bad. That's what I'm thinking we'll do, is we'll make the black steel dust that we need. That's apparently going to be part of making a spacesuit, because we're totally going to need... We're going to need that if we go into space, right? And then we're also going to progress through the fuel loading stuff. So between episodes, I'll work on a couple prereqs, like minor crafting things, and then we'll come back next time and get going. Does that sound like a plan? All right, so black steel dust, you are on my to-do list. We can remove you. And then also I'm going to put on my to-do list for between episodes some of this. Cool. So you and the linker. Nice. All right, Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Next episode, starting to look at space. Definitely going to the moon. Like I said, I don't think there's anything special on any other planets. We might visit some of them for fun at some point, but at the very least, we have to go to the moon to get more titanium so that we can get into EV stuff. For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. Take it easy.